Okay, so this is day three. Okay, so here we go, guys. Okay, I'll make it short and sweet, straight to the point. My church is having breakfast with Santa, and I'm working on some passenger cars that goes along with this whole entire set. This is one. This is one of six, I think. Okay, how three rail O scale works. Right quick. Uh, Two grounds, one hot ground. No, excuse me, hot ground. Okay, that center roller is what gives power, and then this rounds it out. Okay, now I got everything I need right now. So good. All right. So I was having a small meltdown. Shouldn't have meltdowns on camera, but I kind of did that one video this year. And okay, so I mean, I'm going to be cleaning the cars up. I want to show you what the innards look like on this, and uh, why LEDs doing them the old-fashioned way with 1K ohm resistors and all that's going to be a pain in the fanny, and I'll tell you why. Because these don't have that traveling wire inside the shell. That becomes a problem. You could do it by this little tab down here. This is where one of the solder lugs starts, and you could run a wire, short wire with an LED in there, do it that way. But you can actually get 18-volt LED bulbs for these cars. They're kind of expensive. Um, no, now I had a workaround with the Polar Express cars. So there was wires actually inside the car, so you could do that way with all that, and they're still working, by the way. Okay, so now we're just going to get going. I'm going to show you the bulbs again for the third time. Okay, so the original bulbs. Here you go. There's two. Some cars got three, but this one's got two. All the cars I got have two. Well, these work on these can be triggered by a special track with a magnetic coil sitting in the center of the track. You hit the button, it pulls this down, this jumps out, and then that's how you unhook your cars. Basically like that. So okay, so let's get going. And let me just move this. Oh, right here. Boom. Okay, now making sure that works. Okay, so you're gonna see me doing a little bit of dremeling. Well, actually, a little bit of everything, really. So waited here right quick. I apologize, y'all, for the multiple redos and everything. I am so sorry. Like I said, it's been a long time since I did a live stream for anybody. So I'm very sorry. So you could do it this way. This is a quick way of getting that gunk off your wheels to have a cleaner grounding effect to keep your lights from flickering so much. Me and my buddy Matt, we know this. And so some of our other electrical guys that know this, uh, especially with trains, over time, this black, electric discharge, as I call it, uh, starts to build up on the wheels, and eventually the grounding out. Um, what's working? I need this. These cars haven't been cleaned in a while, so I'm making sure I get all this gunk off the wheels. Y'all can't see it very well. This camera has poor quality. I'm sorry. When it comes to streaming, there's nothing I can do to fix that pixelation. I mean, I could stream this in 4K, but I don't, even though the camera says it does 4K, software only permits it to do so much. See, now, guys, you could do it that way with the Dremel. It takes a little while. Or you could just take a Q-tip with alcohol. And we're going to do it this way instead. I know I just cleaned this, but there's still gunk on here that needs to come off. And plenty of it. See? It's a lot of junk. Oh my word. See, there's a lot of junk, guys and girls. I'm going to be honest with you. I've never, ever. It's clean. Well, let me phrase that. It's been a while since I cleaned these wheels. I think this was one of the cars I had a lighting issue last year with. I think. Because I do remember one car giving me a fit with lighting because when it's just stationary and you got give it power, it'll light up fully. But when you start rolling it down the track, the voltage starts to drop, and you're like, "What's going on here?" Well, come to find out, and I'll tell you what it was. See, these rollers are spring loaded, and the springs were past due. I mean, they didn't have any more tension to them anymore. Now, there is another way to clean these. You can use the good old sandpaper trick, roller trick. I am not a fan of doing that. Um, I'm just not. Just giving y'all some options here. I used to volunteer at the Foley Train Club. I haven't. The last time I was there was, I think, a month ago. That was the last time I was there. Um, if you want to know why I kind of resigned ish, uh, boy, it's going to take a lot of Q-tips to clean this gunk off. There is a lot of gunk. Hey, I already went through one of them. It's really hard to clean these because you have to. I'm gonna give you a before and after look. So as you can't really see it really good. I'm so sorry about that, but this is okay. These here are shiny. Look at the difference. You can barely see the difference, but you'll see it. So that's shiny, that's dirty. That's what you want. You want clean, not dirty. So I think I'm just gonna go back to the old brush here because I can have a little bit more control over it and speed over the wheels when I put pressure on. Also going to clean that brush up a little bit. Somebody might say, "Oh, you're gonna break it. You're gonna hurt." Okay, I've been doing this for a few years now with my own stuff. I have yet to have a wheel break. Next wheel, I'm gonna come back over the other wheels too, but I want to get these clean too. And plus, having a little rag next to it for more pressure also helps clean them up. Shiny. See? Now look at that. That's dirty. Shiny. Piece of. Man, how many times am I going to spill that stuff? Now, we're going to work on the other end. Yes, these wheels can be replaced, and the axles can be replaced too. There's a way to do it without breaking it. Y'all probably can't hear the Dremel, so but it is running. Oh yeah, because I got RTX on, RTX audio on, so y'all can hear the Dremel. That's one wheel. We're gonna fix and do the other one. It would be better if you had it in a little foam tray to keep it from moving so much, but I don't have that. Hey, this that sometimes you gotta do it in your lap because it keeps moving all over the place. Go ahead, clean that roller up good. Okay. Now we're gonna work on the other one. That wheel's clean. That car's done. Oh, shiny! They're shiny, right? Yeah. All right. Okay, so I have a test track here. Uh, right. Yep. Some track. I just decided to put the car on the track, and she is gonna really be bright. Oh no! Did one of my bulbs go bad? Or did it not get a good grounding? Oh. Right, hang on a minute. Oh, and plus this track's a little dirty, so that is also a factor in electrical current too, y'all. Some of this track has a little bit of rust on it. No, I do not keep my track outside. I blame my cat, my old cat, Sunny Baby, because he was a sneaky cat. But I guarantee you that both these bulbs work. Now it's not really that bright on camera. It's not really that bright. That's one card. I mean, all you gotta do is see the track. It's either O gauge or no gauge. That's what Sheldon said in Big Bang Theory. It's either O gauge or no gauge. And I agree with him on that. But I like HO and N scale. I like that, but N scale I just cannot work on anymore. I can't. They're too tiny. Look how big my hands are. Look at my fingers. I just can't do it. Okay, so X car. This is the 2533. This is a standard passenger car. Gotta be careful with these boxes. So once again, if you try to save power draw and power from your train layout and stuff like that, yes, switch them over to LED. These are conventional bulbs. These don't get really bright. I had them, the voltage quite cranked up quite a bit. Um, I usually run the postwar, the Lionel Super Chief set around 12, 13 volts. It draws around 3 amps. Well, you got a dual motor setup, and I'll show you that when we get to that point. Now, we're going to work on the next car. Same concept. Oh, I'm telling you, these have it really baked on there. Sometimes that gunk gets in that crevice. Wish I had a thing where I could just stick it in and it'll clean the brush. Yeah, I'm supposed to be in a podcast on the 21st. So I'm looking forward to that. Yep, there's that. There's that set of wheels. Look how clean that is. Do on the other side. Oh, some of these are really bad. I think that's as best as it's gonna look. Yeah, a little bit of uh, just a little talk about these tire wheels here. Um, that electrical buildup residue loves to get packed right where you got the round section, then you got the ram that wides out to keep it on the track. Yeah, it just loves to pack in there tight. No joke. I know the roller still looks clean, but I'd rather it be shiny and not. There you go. Ta-da! Hey, going back in the box. No, I am not taking. I'm probably not going to take that big old green tub. Might, and then take my other one, my little small one that's over here on this thing here. Next car. Like I said, there's a lot. Oh, okay. So this is a baggage car. This is unleaded. Say there's no bulbs. Though, if you wanted to, you could. You could take a passenger one with the holes in it, with the pickup rollers and all that, with the bulbs, and just pull this out and put it in if you wanted to have that glow. But then there's no window panes. These are cut throughs, so you can actually put your finger in it. You don't have to worry about rollers. as much, but still clean it, and cleaning it is better than not cleaning it. Well, this is coming off a little easier this time. Not as bad as before. I'm probably going to have to run and get my oil bottle. I know where that one is. Oh, I don't have to have a panic attack over that. But this is easier to clean, so I am not gonna worry about breaking the Dremel out for these. You could use a Dremel with a wire brush. You could use a Q-tip. It really does not matter. Oh, now doing the back ones here on the same side. Set of wheels here. I know what I'm trying to say. I just don't want to come out the way I want it to come out. Okay, so we're just gonna kind of dab it with alcohol, and then we're gonna just rub the tartar sauce out of the wheels. Now, I'm doing this off of one monitor because I do not have a secondary monitor. Um, this set alone that I have is expensive. Expensive set. Um, the engine alone runs around $200-300, depending on condition. If it's really bad, you can get a little cheaper than that. But with all the cars and everything, you're talking around $500 or more. There is a set of post-war passenger cars that I want. Well, what I would like to have. One's kind of a like have it now. Where let me phrase that. There's a set of passenger cars that I would love to have. They're the congressional cars. They got the president's names on them from back in the day when these passenger cars were around. I guess so. Oh, there you go. All we're gonna do is flip it over. We're gonna do this side. I just never. I haven't cleaned these in a while. It's been a long time. Now I'm taking my fingers and doing it this way. Kind of shine them up a little bit. I wish there was a device where you could put passenger cars in it and there's a little motor that spins them, and then there's brushes that come real close to the wheels, and it just cleans them up. I wish somebody would make that. You probably think ultrasonic bath, but well, they have to. The wheels have to get turned. Gosh, this thing is dirty. Look at all that gunk. Look at it. It's amazing, isn't it? All that gunk comes off of these tires. Every single one of them. Now the engine is going to be more of a pain in the fanny to clean because there's a way to do it, and well, I don't have the wire to do it. This wheel needed it real bad. Got a strip of junk on it. Anybody saying hi, chat with me or something, welcome to if you wish. Hey, grief. Okay, yeah, this is getting bad. This is bad. I gotta use it. There's still gunk on that? Good night. There, done. Don't need to put it on the truck. It's not powered. No, Mr. Colby's gonna like this. Let me see if any of y'all said anything. Well, if y'all want to say hi or got questions, feel free to ask. All right. Yep, that's that one. All right. Oh, how many of those? How many cars is that? One, two, three, four. This would make four. This is 23, 30, 34. The other one was a 25, 30. Oh, just a rule of thumb for testing for y'all. Okay. So right now I have the car set at 12 volts. So it looks brighter on the camera than it does when me just looking at it. So all the bulbs are working. What? They're dirty. Okay, so this is the one set I did not dewire. I put these wires on a year ago in spring. A few days later, after the train show was over with, Mobile, I um way it worked was these were going to get sold. The whole set was going to get sold, and well, I took the liberty of doing a little bit of work on them myself, but they're still gone in here. Got it. That was heavy and gone. Clean wheels. Provide good electrical contact. Yep. Now the reason why I did not uh run these without the wire like the other cars had is because there's no metal. Here, I'll just take one out carefully and I'll show you. Okay, so it's okay. So this is metal. That's metal. The chassis for the trucks is metal. That little piece right there that looks like it's got the little pins on it. That's not metal. So you could put a metal sheet there and then rivet it into place. You can't do that, and then boom, your power problems will be solved because it's delivering power straight to the board, and then well, that's how you get the power that way. But yeah. Well, but yeah, the wires that came with the cars, they were like messed up, broken, fixing to fall apart, disintegrate, the whole 9 yards. They needed a redo. Need to dip that in a little bit more juice. Because that is a thick line of electrical buildup. But upside down, this is going to get kind of tricky and a headache to do. That's as best as that's going to look. Not worried about that pickup roller. These wheels are shiny and slick. So, hey, that's done. Yep. So this car does work. So we tested it. So we don't need to put it back on the track. We're just going to put it away. These cars are shiny. A little grimy. Reason why I like post-war trains more over the modern day electrics, modern day lionel, MTH, you name it, trains is because, well, you don't have to worry about PCB boards frying. These are all analog. Throttle. You give a throttle, that's how you do it. Now, even the new lionel stuff, you can do throttle if you switch to analog. You can flip a switch and it'll do it the analog way. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4 cars done. Now we're getting to the final car. I don't know where the box or the cover went for this one. This is the end. This is the last car, passenger car. This is the observation dome. I am at 12 volts, but as you can see, it's a little dimmy and buggy. Now this car is wired weird, and I'll tell you why. And this is a smart choice. Just wish the wire was a little thicker. That's all I want to say. Okay, so there's one pickup roller here. Used to be a pickup roller. It ain't there anymore. Now I can have that worked. I can have that put on. I know a guy. I can probably do that for me. But if you need to change these bulbs out and you do not want to remove this little wire here that joins the two together, you got to take the screws out here and that's it. And then it just slides right out. Basically, means you get it. This back piece comes off, then you pull this out. But yeah, that's about it, really. And I put in all new springs on these cars. So, as you can tell, the last truck's not as dirty, but I'm still going to give it the treatment because it is dirty. Kind of dip this towel down in here a little more, give me a little bit more clean alcohol, and then we're going to push on it some more. That's good enough. That side's done. On this side, the best thing you don't have to worry about is those silly little sliding shoes that that trigger the magnetic couplers. Those are a pain in the fanny to work on back in the day because they break. Need to wet it again. That's clean. My buddy Matt should probably remember some of this stuff when he was a kid. Boy, it's really in the gritty gritty. Pickup roller, clean that. These cars have seen a lot of wear on them, and I'll tell you why, but y'all can't really see it. There is a groove in this roller. You can barely see it, but it's right there. That is normal wear and tear. So if you're curious and wondering about that, just let you know that the rollers are wearing in, but it takes a long time for those rollers to wear out. But you can still get the rollers for them on eBay or at your local train place, like your train shows or whatever. If you find somebody that's selling them. Okay, now we're gonna work on. We're getting to the end of it, y'all. We're getting there. We're getting there. It's taking a while. I know. We are getting there. Now these are bigger. The drivers are a little bit bigger. This is the this is a generator car basically. There's nothing on the inside. Really not. Um, Nothing. So we don't have to worry about any electrical. We're not going to put anything on the track. Don't need to. We are going to change sides of the rag though because I want a clean side. As these need to be cleaned. Oh, no, I am the new owner of these trains. I've had them for a year now. It all belongs to God. It belongs to Him. Though this card is on power, it still picks up that electrical grease and oil and junk does get on these wheels. That done, we're gonna put over. I will take this apart and show you what's on the inside. There's nothing on the inside, but I'm gonna show it to you anyway. Oh yeah, you can get these little plastic windows. They pop out. You get new ones, and you pop the new ones back in. That's how you do it. These are kind of yellowed. but they can be turned white again if you know what type of material to use, like a cleaner. Oh, these are gonna have to do for now. Well, so that's one of the cards, and as I promised, I would take these apart and open them up and show you the innards of these, and that means I'm gonna need a bigger head. Like I said, there is nothing in here. Always wondered um, how they got the screws out of here. There, there is a way of doing this, but you got to do it a certain way. Now, if you wanted to, you could do an LED kit in here with a battery pack, some wire, and a switch. If you wanted to give the generator car a little bit of glow for those windows, you could do that if you wanted to, because there is a hole here, a hole there. So if you wanted to, you could, obviously. When we get down to the last two cars here, I'm going to be doing a complete tear down and clean. So y'all going to be a part of that. And I know you're going to like to see that because some of y'all don't know what these old engines on the inside are made of, what type of electrics is inside of them, and I'm going to show you that. Now we're going to a short detail terms of how they work, how they switch directions. And I'm going to be using some automotive references on that. Think of it like that. Hey, ready? Nothing. Though you could if you wanted to. See, there's the hole. You got a hole here and a hole here, you know. But the problem is, there's no hole in the plate. You could drill out a hole and drop a switch in there. You have to cut it out and do all that, and then put like a LED here and an LED here, and then wire it together, and then done deal. But yeah, so this is what it looks like on the inside. Pretty clean, right? Back on the go. And it doesn't matter which way you orient it, does not matter. Matters on the engines though, the main engine. That matters. Only goes on one way. And the problem with these screws is they're kind of a pain in the fanny to get back in. No, I got it. I got it now. Be careful with this plastic. Be in mind, these trains are old, so I got to be very careful about this. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to completely do a complete teardown, but I will be removing the motors, and there is no electrical changes I'm going to be doing. I just decided to not do that because I don't need to do that. The wires are still in good condition, so I'm not going to do that. Redo the screw again. And this car is probably never going to be opened again. I plan on to not do that again. It's not. It still needs to go in. This generator car is ready to go. This is the 2343 uh C, which it should be the engine, but oh, it's not the engine. All right, here we go, yeah, guys. We are getting down to the last two items. Yeah, be in mind these boxes are old; they're missing their covers and stuff, and there is reproduction boxes, but ruins the value. And these engines are. This is not the engine. This is the dummy. It feels heavy, but trust me, the engine's way heavier. Here it is, y'all. Check it out. This is the dummy. Y'all seeing it firsthand. This is the dummy. Yeah. This is the 2333. This engine sits in the back like this. Okay. The passenger cars going down the road. Here, I'm going to put it on the track for y'all. There you go. This has got the conventional bulb system in it. So I like to run these around 12 volts. There's plenty of brightness. Even the marquee letters on the front even work. So I'll power by one bulb. And how did this get bent? Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Last year I'm glad I brought this. Dude, how did that get bent? Don't answer that. There. Okay. There we go. Fixed it. Okay, so this is the top of the engine. A little grimy. It's okay. A little dirty. Um, Looking at the wheels, they look okay-ish. Um, Let me clean them up and then I'll show you the interior. These wheels are really dirty. Been a while since I cleaned these. These are real easy to oil up. Just drop, 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 and you're ready to go. Same here. So that's that shoe I was telling you about. See this little shoe here? Okay, so there's a wire that comes from there to this coupler. It's magnetic. I have it disconnected on the inside, and I'll show you and I'll tell you why. There's a reason for that. Okay, so if you um have okay, so down at the Foley Train Depot, we have, well, they have an O gauge layout, and there are spots on the switch tracks, that will cause post-war era knuckle magnetic couplers to, well, decouple without you touching a button or anything, and that becomes a headache with sometimes. So I don't have anybody on YouTube. Okay, See, here's that. This is that wire I told you about. See, it's disconnected. Okay, I cut it. So, but I can easily put another wire on it. When I service this, I mean, I completely tore everything down, especially the engine. I tore it down to the bare frame. I took everything off that I could take off. So here's one of the bulbs here. Bulbs. This wire here, I put a new wire in. This is what comes off your main pickups to power the bulb. This is powered by a little track that has. Okay, so we're going to use this as an example because I have it. There is a rail in between here and here, so there's a rail here and a rail here. You hit this button, it triggers it, and then it well, makes anything activate basically. This is clean, and you're probably wondering what that's for. The engine, the last item in question, will just pretty much sum it up for you. Because I'm going to sum that up for y'all. Um, you know what I think? Well, you know what? I thought about this myself. When I think of the world and the technology we have now, I think of the world as God's train layout, basically, uh, as a good rendition of it. Because we got trains, we got ships, we got submarines, we got airplanes, we got mountains. I mean, we got it all basically, and so it's basically a big layout. Now these wheels are pretty much clean anyway, so I'm not going to worry about that. But I know the kids are going to be excited when they see this, especially the parents. When they see trains running. Because it's Christmas. Now, I like to run trains. Woo, this one's heavy. I like to run trains anytime I want, and they're not just meant for holidays. This is the 43 piece Santa Fe powered. And yeah, it's in a big box. That's the box. Okay, so here, I'll tell you what I'll do. I can let it run just on this short section of track. See, it runs. See? Now I gotta throw the E unit lever the other way. See? Now the E unit, when I got it, the E unit was kind of sticking, and I took it. Well, no, I didn't take the E unit apart. I sprayed some cleaner in. I think that's what I did. Yeah, I think I did, and I got it moving up and down again. So, yeah, don't be afraid if it sticks. I fixed that. I'd like to set up a voltage thing where I have like different like voltage and amps and everything. I'd like to set that up so I can see what the power draw is, even though the transformer tells you what you're doing. But I want to see it on like a gauge. All right, so this engine does run. We're going to clean it anyway because I want to have a nice, clean, ready to go engine for Christmas for the church's Christmas for the church's Christmas. Remember that hole I told you about? You're gonna see what that hole's for. Because it has something to do with this. You remember the old bicycles back in the day that had the horns on them and the D-battery? You did the tab and it goes doot doot. Oh, that's what this is. This is not. This is the horn that'll go in this engine, but it needs the bracket. Got the bracket. I know somebody who does. That might have it. This is where your D battery goes. I'll tell you a little bit about that in a minute. So this engine doesn't really need to be cleaned much. It doesn't get ran much, and this is going to be really done forcefully like that. Because um um I don't these E units are touchy. There is a way to do this to clean these on their side. You get it in the direction you want, and then you lock it in place by flipping the unit unit lever the other way, and then you turn it on a side, and then you can just crank the voltage up and then clean it that way. That's one way of doing it. Steam engines are kind of tricky like that, so. And I really don't think the front here needs it. No, not really. The rears that needed it, which is weird. Okay, so as you noticed, there's only one set of rollers here, and that is set back here. So you could do that if you wanted to, but why would you? There's a reason why there's only one set of rollers in the front, not in the back. And I'm going to show that to you now. Y'all ready to see the inside of this one? Can't wait to show it to you. This set was actually in a YouTube video from one of the train pages that I'm a part of. Well, I think I'm still a part of. And I'm going to show you the E unit once we get on the inside. Even the modern ones have E units, but not like what you're going to see. Not like what you're. Come on now. Ready? Oh. Oh. All right. So this is how they work. Okay. So right off the track. Yeah. Okay. Try that again. I'm gonna show you Hey, you know how you got, you know, how like you got your gear shift, standard, or automatic transmission? Well, check this out, y'all. I'm going to show y'all this. Okay? Y'all going to like this. The best that I can do this. Okay, so I'm going to scoot the engine forward. Now, now y'all can't really see that very good. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna. Y'all saw it. Y'all saw it click. See it click again? Better yet, there's a pin there. Watch it. See? That's called an E unit. There's a drum and there's tabs. Now, there's a tab, set of tabs like this, and there's a drum that's about yay wide. Yay, it's about the size of a Crayola crayon piece, and it's got two pieces of metal like this that are flat because it's a cylinder, okay? And there's copper wire in there. And when you hit the button, that drum turns, and it either goes in forward, reverse, or neutral. Well, not in that order. Forward, reverse, neutral, forward, depending on the direction it was in the last time. Oh, this also has magnet traction. Okay, now I'm going to explain this to you now. All right, so this is better orientation. Okay, so there's two holes here, here, and here. There's a. I don't have the speaker for it anymore. I threw it out because it don't work no more. I even tried shocking it a few times. It just don't work. What I mean by shocking is you take a D battery and you take another wire and you ground it out to make it buzz, like a little tip. Okay. So if you're wondering how in the world this engine works with two motors on it, but with one set of rollers, I'm going to answer it for you right now. A unit. Main batch of wires here come out, go into this motor in the back, come back out, bridge across to the front motor right here. That's it. That way you can have two motors powered off by just one set of rollers. Now, now I am actually going to take the motors off. You're going to see firsthand on how that's done. These motors are probably kind of grimy and greasy and everything. I do have a tube of grease with me. I brought it in here, and I don't know what. Oh, there it is. I use this stuff. I've been using it with my post-war trains, and I've had no complaints. I have no complaints to give. That's why I said I have no complaints. This works with recommended for use in automotive chassis, trucks, tractors, and tractor and contractor equipment. Not recommended for use in wheel bearings. That thing for not meant for that. But it can handle it's multi-purpose. It's got gears on it. That's important. Gears, as in what these trains got. Oh, I'm going to show you that really quick. I actually did some part replacement since I do ceiling fan installs and stuff like that. I got lucky of finding some parts that actually fit in these holes. They're washers, are basically kind of like lock washers ish, but they got a little gap in them. And I don't have any more. I don't think. Show you. because I did a really huge clean out, and I got extra bulbs. Oh, here we go. Here's one. Oh, dude. See that? Basically a washer, but it's cut. And y'all can't really see that cut very good. These fit in that hole. Kind of fit a little snug, but I want that snugging than not having that snug. Okay. And the motor just, oh. There is a oil hole in here on the engine. It's right here in the center hole. Right here where this hole is in the center. Engine casting, or the motor casting. And I'm missing a screw. Oh, I already pulled it out. I do not need to desolder anything to do this. Why do I need to do that? I don't need to do that. There is a way to clean the motor without taking the shit that the I was fixing to say shell, the cover, commutator cover off. Okay, y'all can't see that, but here you can see a little bit of the copper here. I'll rotate it. You see it? Yeah. So you got two brushes. That's here and here. Can't really see that, but there's a brush here, same on the other side. That is super clean. Now, I ran this at the train station a month or two ago, and use the rest of this alcohol here because I'm gonna just give it a nice cleaning here. Okay. Now, don't worry about the alcohol. It'll dry out. It'll evaporate. Not worried about that. Okay, we're going to do it on this side too. Now, if you want to test the motors, well, they're practically grounded out anyway. I was like, this one don't want to move. Yeah, okay, so this I have to ground it. See, I have to ground it to get it to work. So I'm gonna show y'all a cute trick. Hey, that basically cleans them up. Ooh. Now that one's clean. There we go. You could do it that way if you wanted to. That way the engine's not running off and causing a lot of mayhem and while you're breaking and destroying your stuff. Okay, this is a battery break. It takes a D battery. That's for the horn. This is the horn relay. Okay, it requires a 1.5 volt D battery. Put it in here. Power comes in through the screw. And there's a wire. You can barely see it, but it's there. Goes in here. And then there is supposed to be another wire somewhere. Oh, yeah. I have it disconnected I have it on. It's not soldered on here because well, I'm not using it. But anyway, one wire comes in to feed this, feed the coil, and when you hit the button, y'all can't see it, but I got a transformer over here, to the right of me here. When you hit it, the plate closes. Plate underneath here that has a little indentation in it, and then it sends 1.5 volts, I think, right to the horn, and it makes it go. Toot. That's the best noise I can give you. Basically, kind of like a truck horn, almost. But yeah. Go, toot, toot. All right. Now, me looking at the teeth here, they are in decent condition, actually. So now I am actually going to pull these off. And I am going to get this grease out here. I am not going to worry about taking this whole thing apart. I am not doing that. Just making sure I have enough grease in there to coat everything. Okay. These gears here are greasable. The gears, see that there's a top gear and a lower gear. You just pack them with grease, and then you could just move the motor around, spin it around, and coat it. This one goes up front, and then it'll potentially get on this gear down here. So I'm just gonna give it a head start. I like to have my trains running in tip-top shape so they're ready to go. Now, I did have a problem with one of the motors at one point. I actually had to take it completely apart and clean it, put it back together. There's that. I do plan on, see, this spring here still has its tension, so I'm not going to mess with that. So now I'm going to grease this end up too. Practice went a little bit with a little too much grease, but that's okay. That happens. So just kind of clean the top off. I just want to get enough grease on it. Now I'm going to re-rotate it. Okay, I'm going to put this screw back in. Now, these engines are making a lot of clatter noise, and apparently I need to grab the control bar. Bottle. This is 3-in-1 machine oil. You can get it from Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart, hardware stores that sell it. That's what it's called, 3-in-1. Cleans, lubricates, penetrates. I use it for my trains. I use a thinner oil for these trains because that way the oil actually penetrates through. And you just don't need to flood it. And what I do is I just put a little bit right there, and that's about it. Um, okay, and then I taking in that oil. So it's having to climb this little grade here. Just put a few more drops in, and I think it'll be ready to go. Ready for Christmas. Now, for the Christmas thing at church. But yeah, that's basically it, guys. That's a new bracket. That's an aftermarket bracket, but it does fit this engine. Um, if you ever need to, um, get inside these covers, you take these little nubs off, it comes off. But please be careful because I don't touch it much because these wires are old. The copper is still brand new. Look at it. But yeah, oh yeah, word of advice: don't leave the D battery in this casing here. It will corrode over time and cause it to rust. I threw the old bracket away; it was all rusted up and everything. So I ordered that last year. Uh, there's that. But okay. But other than that, it's a good engine. Runs really good for its age. Uh, and these are called growlers because when you put a ton of cars behind them, motors start growling like they'll growl at you. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm gonna put the cover back on now. Now you know how they work. And oh, it's ready for Christmas. Yeah, it's ready for Christmas. Now I have overlooped these by accident at one point. But yeah, the reason why they tell you not to over, it's not going to really hurt anything, but it'll get everywhere. It'll cause slippage. It'll cause problems eventually. That's why. But I'm gonna, before I shut the camera off, I am gonna put this back together for y'all. I wish I had an actual place to set up a layout and everything, but I just don't got it. I don't have it. I honestly just don't got it. I would love to have a shop in the backyard that's big enough to split it in half, or I can have a big old gauge layout in there, and then the other side I can have like an actual shop, and have the train side climate controlled. But yeah, oh yeah, if you want to get that D battery out, you just unscrew this little screw here, comes out, and then now I have two other engines that I got one that works. The horn works. I forgot which one it does, but it does work. It does work. It's the only one that works. See, look at that. See how it don't take much, does it? You just you just clean your stuff up. All right. Well, I'm Jedi Master RD and TI 18623. Thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all next time.